Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something super important, the common, everyday habits that might be, silently harming our most vital organ, the brain.
And really, just think about it for a second. We track our steps, we count our calories, we watch the scale, but are we totally forgetting about the one thing that runs the whole show?
And that's really the heart of the matter, isn't it? We focus so much on the things we can see in the mirror, but our brain health, that controls literally everything. Our memories, our moods, how we solve problems. It's time we gave it the attention it truly deserves.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this all down. First up, we'll look at your brain on food. Then we'll dive into the dangers in your day. And to wrap it all up, we'll talk about your brain's future and what you can actually do about it.
So, let's kick things off with the very fuel we're putting into our bodies every single day.
Let's talk sugar. A high-sugar diet goes way, way beyond your waistline. It actually gets in the way of your body absorbing the good stuff, like proteins and nutrients. Just let that sink in. Over time, you can end up with a kind of malnutrition that literally starves your brain, making it harder to remember things and even think straight.
And the evidence on this stuff is just wow. Get this, a 15-year study in Japan looked at over 80,000 people. And what they find? That skipping breakfast all the time was linked to a much higher risk of high blood pressure and even stroke. I mean, it makes sense, right? Your brain's been fasting all night, it's running on fumes, and it needs that fuel to reboot.
And that leads right into the long-term cost of overeating. A study that ran for a whole decade found that overweight people had their brain functions decline 22% faster. 22%. So this is not just about the number on the scale. When we consistently overeat, it can actually harden the arteries in our brain. That cuts down on blood flow and, you guessed it, directly hurts our mental game.
Okay, but it's not all doom and gloom. One of the easiest, most powerful things you can do? Just drink more water. Seriously, your brain is mostly water, so when you're properly hydrated, everything just works better. Nutrients get in, toxins get flushed out, it's super efficient, and you can feel it right away. You think faster, your focus sharpens, it's like an instant clarity boost.
All right, let's tackle two habits that are a direct assault on your brain's physical structure. Smoking? Well, studies show it literally thins your brain's cortex. That's the part that handles memory and how you perceive things. Then you've got heavy drinking, which messes with your brain chemistry and can actually shrink your brain's total volume. So yeah, two very different habits, both leading to some pretty serious damage.
All right, moving on to our next section. We're going to get into how some of those daily routines, the ones that seem totally harmless, can actually have a huge impact on your brain's health down the line. Okay, sleep. Look, sleep isn't just rest. It's an active, super important maintenance cycle for your brain. While you're sleeping, your brain is basically a cleaning crew, scrubbing away all the junk and toxins that build up during the day. So when you cut sleep short, you're telling the cleanup crew to go home early. And over time, that gunk builds up, leading to memory problems, and it can even cause your brain to physically shrink.
And what about multitasking? We all like to think we're amazing at it, right? Answering emails during a meeting, texting while you're watching TV. But let's just bust this myth right now. An expert from MIT, a neurologist named Earl Miller, says it super clearly. Our brains are not wired to multitask well, period.
And here's the key thing to understand. You're not actually doing two things at once. What you're really doing is task switching. You're forcing your brain to jump back and forth really, really fast. And every single time it makes that jump, there's a price to pay. So what does that price feel like? Well, all that constant jumping around floods your brain with stress hormones like cortisol. It's just too much stimulation. It leaves you feeling scattered, that feeling, that mental fog. You might feel like you're being super productive, but in reality, you're just way less effective. Oh, and this one, working while you're sick. We've all done it, right? You just got to push through. But think about it. Your body is already in a full-on battle fighting off that cold. Your brain is working overtime just to manage the fight. When you pile your job on top of that, you're putting your brain under incredible stress. And you can actually measure the result. You're less alert, and your thinking gets all slow and sluggish. Okay, here are a couple you might not expect. First, loud music. Blasting music through your headphones all the time can damage your hearing, which we know, but that is directly linked to brain problems. Here's why. If your hearing is damaged, your brain has to work way harder just to figure out what people are saying. All its energy is going into decoding sound, not remembering it. That strain can actually lead to brain tissue loss. And the other one? Sleeping with your head under the covers. Yeah, I know it's cozy, but you're trapping all that carbon dioxide and starving your brain of the fresh oxygen it desperately needs.
But hey, let's end this section on a really positive note. Exercise. The impact here is huge, and it's immediate. You get more oxygen to the brain, you get that rush of happy hormones, it slashes stress, and get this, it actually helps you grow new brain cells. It is hands down one of the best things you can possibly do for your brain.
All right, so we have gone through a lot. Now, let's pull it all together. How do we turn all this info into a simple plan you can actually use to protect your most important asset?
So if you're going to remember just 3 things from all this, make it these. Number 1, prioritize sleep. It's not a luxury, it's non-negotiable. Let your brain do its nightly cleanup. Number 2, stay hydrated. Keep a water bottle with you. It's such an easy win for your focus. And number 3, single task. Just do one thing at a time. Close those extra browser tabs, flip your phone over, give your brain the focused attention it deserves.
And look, this isn't about completely changing your life overnight. It's just about making one better choice. So after everything we've talked about, I want you to ask yourself, what's the one small thing you can start doing today, right now, to take better care of your brain?